It's Karen Marie of Wildling Ways, your conscious lifestyle facilitator and transformational guide. Wildling Ways is a channel dedicated to full power living for mind, body and soul. Here to help you live an enlightened life and here to empower you, really, just to live the life that we all really deserve. So I'm starting with a series on astrology. Okay, so a bit of a background. I completed a Life Path Astrology certification about a year ago. I wanted to partake in this because I found astrology myself to be very informative. I know it's kind of, it's some people, it can be quite woo woo, can't it? And I think people are just like, they read it in the paper or something like that, but it's very broad. But actually, astrology is brilliant in the way that it can really enlighten you, and you can really use it for as a tool in your life. The certification that I done, so Life Path the Life Path certification, is really it's astrology for the spiritual leaders for tomorrow. Okay, so if you're looking at, you really kind of want a spiritually aligned business, something where you're really connected to your business, these kind of readings are there. It's like about what did your soul want to experience in this lifetime, on this earth, in this 3D. So it's a really expansive tool, and it's very useful. So if you feel that you're at this crossroads, in your life, you want something much more deep and meaningful, but you might be a bit unsure of what that is, or you are sure and you just kind of want some clarity, then astrology really does give this to you. So it's a fantastic tool to use. And as I say, it's really there as a guide for you. So that's just introducing the series, really. So I'm going to be going through all the signs. So what I will cover in this series, which is poignant to the Life Path Astrology, is we use your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, Mercury, Saturn and North Node. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. They're the kind of the main points that make up this Life Path Astrology. Now, the analogy that I like to use is the planets are all within us. Okay, so they're not separate. We're not separate from this universe, are we? Let's face it, we're part of this massive cosmos. So the way you can look at it is that each of the planets reside within us. Now, they all have different energies and they all have different roles to play, and it's our job really to kind of keep them in balance. So as I said, the analogy I use is like, you've got you're at a dinner party, for example, and like any kind of good host, you want all your guests to be happy. And the way I use it, so at the head of the table is your rising sign. Now, your rising sign is how you come across to others. It's how other people see you. And if you're wanting to be this a leader, or to run this soul aligned business, you're leading from this rising sign, this rising aspect of your personality. That's how you're going to be communicating to your ideal clients. And then we have our sun sign. So the sun is, it represents our ego, our vitality, our life force. And there's a big focus on the sun, of course, because it's the main it's the main thing, isn't it, in our cosmos as well, so rightly so. However, we can look at it in a different term, and we can look at it as our creative niche, and it's where your secret source lies. So it's not about leading from this sun sign, but it's always having that kind of in the background. It's always shining through, adding this little sprinkle of magical dust, shall we say, into whatever you're doing. Then we have our moon sign. So this represents our inner child. It represents our emotions. It represents our nurturing, and obviously when we're communicating with our ideal clients, excuse me, sorry, when we're communicating with our ideal clients, we are really looking to connect with them on this emotional level. Now, and this is how we use the moon energy that's in our chart, but we don't just use it on like how we connect to people on an emotional level with others. It's how we connecting, how we treating our own emotions. Now, our moon is also, it's our motivation. So if we're not nurturing and caring for ourselves in a certain way, then the moon's not going to be happy. The moon's not going to play ball, and it's going to leave you really unmotivated. So it's very much it needs to be nurtured, and it needs to be cared for in a certain fashion, depending on where it what energy archetype it resides in with the signs. Okay, so then we can move on to Mercury. Now, Mercury isn't really discussed. Obviously, it's discussed in the charts because, as I say, it's all, you know, it's all part of it, all parts within us. But Mercury is our communication style. So it's not how we're communicating to others. This is kind of based on our rising sign, but it's more to do with how we communicate into the universe ourselves. Okay, again, it's another aspect of the chart that needs healing and that needs nurturing. You know, the Mercury is like it's the alchemist of the planet. So it changes, you know, water into gold, or water to wine, or whatever terminology you want to use. So Mercury is really good. Again, it's about nurturing that communication style that we have with ourselves. Okay, so then we move on to, we have Saturn. Now Saturn gets a bit of a bad rap. You know, but Saturn, the way I like it, it's our teacher. It kind of, you know, it's the father figure, really. You know, and just like any father would be, they're very protective and they want you to succeed. You know, Saturn wants you to show up as this leader, but there's certain limitations and restrictions, and not in the way it needs to be appeased. It can't be like all scattered everywhere. It's focused and it's a disciplined energy. So it's always making sure that you're on the right track with Saturn. And then Saturn provides, you know, it's the provider, just like the father is. It's a provider for you, providing you are in balance and you're working with that Saturn energy. We also have in the charts the North Node and your South Node. Now, the North Node, I find this, for me, is the most exciting part because it's a challenge. Yes, it's a challenge, but also it's there to ultimately fulfill your destiny as well. So it's kind of, you know, it's a... As I say, we're here to fulfill our soul contracts in this lifetime, and the North Node helps you to do this. Okay, it helps you to hone in on these challenges, to help you evolve and to grow and to, you know, raise our consciousness. So it's I find it brilliant, actually. The North Node, it's very it is challenging, but it's exciting too. The South Node represents your gifts already. So, you know, you have these gifts that are innate within you. You've brought them over from previous lifetimes, and you're able to utilize these gifts to kind of propel you forwards. But again, you've been there, you've done that, you got the t-shirt. Now it's about moving into this North Node and to help you evolve, as I said. We also have Chiron. So where Chiron is in your charts, this is known as the wounded healer. So Chiron is like, so he's an asteroid. He was a healer, but unfortunately he could never heal himself. He was really good at healing other people, and this is where people come to you. You know, they'll come to you because you're able to heal them in a certain fashion. For you, it's your Achilles heel, so it's something to be aware of. It's always your kind of like sore points, shall we say, that can come up in your life. But again, if you have this awareness of it, you know, then it's to be expected, you know, it doesn't come as a surprise, and you're able to kind of nurture that Chiron energy, and in turn you nurture it, and then you're able to nurture others by using this energy. Lastly, which is a bit different with this life path reading, we look to our 12th house for our Kismet client. So our Kismet client is who we are here to serve in this lifetime. So the 12th house, you know, it's a mysterious house. It's kind of otherworldly. It's not of this world, should we say. It's more of the universe. It's more of the cosmos. And we use it here. It's also the house of karma. So with any karma, you know, we're here to work through it in this lifetime. And the best way to work through that is by serving people, by serving your Kismet clients who reside in this 12th house. So for example, if you have Libra in the 12th house, I'm not saying that, oh, your clients are all Libras, but it's the energy of Libra that you're here to serve, and in turn it helps you work through your own karma too. So it's a really fascinating way to look at your chart. You know, it's a bit different. It's more looking at it on like this 5D level, okay, rather than just the three. I know we're living in this 3D world, but it's here about, you know, it's about kind of describing our soul purpose, liberation. We have a problem here to solve. We have the mission that we're here to work through in this lifetime, and this is known as a life path. And just to reiterate, the life path, we combine, the main components are combining the Mercury, the Sun and the Moon, so the mental, physical and emotional, and making sure everything has to be in tune, but these three components are really crucial to help it to helping us on our life path. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a series. I'm going to be going through everything. I offer life path readings, so if you don't want to wait for the YouTube video, you can click on my links below at the where I'm offering these life path readings. So I would love for you to join. I would love for you to join me. Obviously, if not, then follow the videos. They will be very informative for you. And I look forward to hearing your feedback and comments. Okay. Ciao for now, Bellas. Bye.